Good afternoon, everyone, as we welcome you here to Estes Field on the campus of Central Methodist University for what should be a phenomenal 4 baseball games we're going to play out over the next couple of days between a pair of top 25 teams. Today, we've got number 22 in the nation, the Bruins of Bellevue, Nebraska, have traveled over here to Fayette to take on number 25, your Central Methodist Eagles. My name is Cameron Magine, and I'm going to be your voice behind the screen for the weekend as we all just get to sit back, relax, and enjoy some good college baseball together. Here in a moment, we're going to go over starting lineups, but right now I'm going to pass things over to our public address announcer for the day, Timothy Crowley. He's going to announce starting lineups and have the playing of our national anthem.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Estes Field for today's NAIA baseball matchup between the Bellevue University Bruins and your Central Methodist Eagles. We ask that all players, coaches, and spectators abide by the NAIA champions of character values, which are respect, integrity, responsibility, servant leadership, and sportsmanship. And now let's meet the starters for today's contest. First for the visiting team on the scoreboard, Bellevue University. Leading off, the right fielder, number 17, Anthony Lynn. Batting second, the third baseman, number 3, Oak Held. Batting third, at first base, number 23, Carter Clarehouse. Batting fourth, the left fielder, number 22, Aiden Macaris. Batting fifth, at second base, number 14, Nick Greville. Hitting sixth, the designated hitter, number 12, Xavier Lerma. Batting seventh and catching, number 16, Dylan Holmes. Hitting eighth and playing shortstop, number 15, Mason Spellacy. Batting ninth and playing center field, number 8, Jalen Ruffin. And the starting pitcher, number 24, Brady Baltus. The Bruins are led by head coach Dwayne Monlux. He is assisted by Mitch Schmidt, Sean Malley, Richie Moore, Drew Nielsen, and Ivan Medina. And now it's time to introduce today's starters for your Central Methodist Eagles. Leading off, the shortstop, number 23, Jordan Vasquez. Batting second, the center fielder, number 4, Simon J.J. Yoko. Hitting third at first base, number 22, Gavin Whitehurst. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, number 15, Ryan Malzahn. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 2, Daryl Rios. Hitting sixth, the left fielder, number 1, Justin Smith. Batting seventh, in right field, number 11, Seth Levy. Hitting eighth, the catcher, number 21, Sean Patel. Batting ninth, the second baseman, number 7, Landon Pachilla. And the starting pitcher, number 14, Jake Schneider. The teams are led by head coach Dave Green. He is assisted by Kenny Otero, Drew Bradbury, and Ray Strickland. And now, ladies and gentlemen, if you are able, please rise and remove your hats for a prayer to be followed by the playing of our national anthem. Almighty God, you have created us to strive for our best. Grant all athletes, coaches, and fans the strength to pursue excellence during this event. We pray for the safety of these athletes, protect them from injury and harm. Help us to honor you in all that we do on and off the field.
And there you have it, folks. Without further ado, it's time to get ready for some baseball. Before we get into things, we'll go ahead and go over the starting lineups for each team. First, we're going to start with the CMU Eagles defense for the day. Taking the mound is a 6'6" junior transfer from State Fair Community College, number 14, Chase Schneiders. Catching behind the plate is going to be number 21, Stone Vasek. At first base, big number 22, Gavin Whitehurst. At second base, you have the elite defensive mid, number 7, Landon McKillop. At shortstop, number 23, Jordan Vasquez. At third base, number 2, Dariel Rios. In left, number 1, Justin Smith. In center field, number 4, J.J. Jokum. And in right field, number 11, Zeb Weedy. And now let's go over the batting order for the visiting team on your scoreboard this afternoon, the Bruins of Bellevue University. Batting first is number 17, Anthony Lind. Batting second is number 3, Oak Held. Batting third is number 23, Carter Clairhout. Batting fourth is number 22, Aiden Macarus. Batting fifth is number 14, Nick Gravel. Batting sixth is number 12, Xavier Lerma. Batting seventh is number 16, Dylan Holmes. Batting eighth, number 15, Mason Spellacy. And batting ninth is number 8, Jalen Ruffin. As Lynn steps into the box. Schneider's first pitch is taken outside for ball 1. Schneider, the JUCO transfer from Jefferson City, Missouri. Grounder to second base. McKillop will throw to Whitehurst, and he will record out number 1. Now steps in the third baseman for the Bruins, Oak Held. And Held watches strike 1 go inside. Held, a 6-foot junior from Pullman, Washington. Chopper to short. Vasquez will charge it. His throw to first. Get Whitehurst with a great pick at first base for out number 2. Schneider, 4 pitches and 2 groundouts. And in steps Carter Clairhout, the big 6'1" first baseman for the Bruins this afternoon. Clairhout sends one foul at the left field line and evens the count at 1-1. Carter, the senior from Red Deer, Alberta. Takes ball 2 way outside. Clairhout sends one out to center, and that ball is gone. Off the top of the scoreboard, Carter Clairhout with a monster solo home run to break open the scoring early as Bellevue strikes first. Macarus takes ball 1 inside. And a chopper into the gap in left field. And after recording the first 2 outs with ease, Schneider now faces the heart of the order, gives up a solo home run and an easy single to first. In steps Nick Gravel. He watches ball one fly on the outside. Clairhout with his 4th home run on the year for the Bruins. Gravel takes a breath after seeing 1 strike low, and he'll step back in to see what Schneider can offer. And he watches ball 2 low. And he fouls 1 off for strike 2. Bellevue entering this contest 8-2 overall with a 7-game win streak. Most notable wins going to be over number 16 in America, Concordia, 5-2, back on February 16th. As Gravel takes ball 3 outside. Full count, 2 outs, with Makarus standing on first. And he sends that one right back into the net. Schneider's with glove to hip. Check down the first, just to ensure Aiden stays honest. And Gravel stays alive. And ball 4 taken low. Bruins now have 2 on and 2 out. And now steps in the designated hitter, Xavier Lerma. Xavier, the 6'2 sophomore. He catches a hold of one on the inside and sends it foul for strike 1. Big swing and a miss for strike 2 on Lerma. Can Schneiders get out of early trouble? Chopped foul. So far in this early season, Bellevue has scored plenty of runs. As a high-power offense, they have not won a game if they have scored less than 5 runs on the year. And the third straight pitch sent foul. Lerma making contact, seeing the ball well, trying to get one in play and force the Eagles to make a play of their own. And that's going to hit his elbow guard. And now Schneider's has the bases loaded and 2 outs. In steps number 16, Dylan Holmes. Holmes sees strike 1. Holmes only batting .250, and he sends a chopper out to right, and that's going to drop in the gap and over the wall for a ground rule double. Dylan Holmes drives in 2 more with a 1-hopper over the right field wall, and it's a quick 3-0 start for the Bruins. Bellevue is going to send out a courtesy runner. It'll be number 21, Caleb Williams, trotting out to second base. And now number 15, Mason Spellisy. We'll see if he can tack on some more damage and even clear the bases. That will go down as a 2 RBI double for Holmes, as the wind facing right field certainly helped with that one getting over the wall. Spellisy sends one into his team's own dugout for strike 1. And it looks like we're going to have a small break as CMU baseball athletic trainer running over to Bellevue's dugout. None of us here in the press box can see what happened. It looks like someone may have taken a shot. We can only hope it ricocheted instead of going right off the bat and hitting someone that may have just been caught in the wrong place at the wrong time. It appears everything is okay for the moment as Coach Breland walks back to his dugout and says, let's play ball. We sure hope whoever was unfortunate enough and just in a bad spot to get struck is okay and stays okay. As this ball was sent up in the middle all the way to center field, and this will drive in 2 more. Mason Spellisy with a 2 RBI single, and it is quickly 5-0 Bruins in the top of the first. And in steps the 9 batter, Jalen Ruffin. And it looks like Bellevue has already hit that magic number. When they score 5 or more runs, they win. And Schneider has a slider go across the plate for strike 1. Ruffin lays down a bunt. It's going to be a tough no throw to first. Ruffin advances. Spellisy to second on a beautiful bunt on the third base line, and now the Bruins get to go back to the top of the order with Anthony Lind. Lynn watches strike one glide right by him. Lynn is 0 for 1 on the day. Sees ball one fly right past his kneecap. Lynn chops one foul, and now it's 1-2. Lynn batting .371 on the year with 9 RBIs, a chance to make it 10 if he can put one in play. And he'll send one out to center. Jokum looks to have a read on it, and he makes the catch for out number 3, but not before the Bruins put on 5 runs worth of damage to open the game. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in the action with the bottom of the first. You've been watching NAIA Baseball on the Hart Conference Network. And welcome back to Estes Field as we bring you the bottom of the first here between Bellevue and CMU after the Bruins put up a monstrous 5-spot in the top of the first to open things. And now Central has 7 innings to see if they can work their way out of the hole. They're going to start with their shortstop, number 23, Jordan Vasquez. He's going to take on Bellevue's ace, number 24, Brady Beltis, takes the mound for the Bruins today. Vasquez sends one to the left, and that will drop for a single. That's the start you want if you're the Eagles. And this will bring on the center fielder, Simon Yoakum. Baltus enters with an ERA of .584. 3 appearances, 3 wins, and a save. Getting the start today as Yoakum watches ball 1. JJ gets a piece of one and sends it foul over the umpire's head for strike 1. Yoakum batting .310 with an on-base percentage of .459 early on in the campaign. And a check down to first as Vasquez gets home back to first in time. Yoakum watches strike 2, gets the plate. And now Yoakum sends one foul almost to his own dugout. Central has proven they can win in a variety of ways. They've won in slugfests and they have won in close games. Earlier in the year, they took down the number 1 team in America, LSU Shreveport, ending their 65-game win streak 4-3. They've lost slugfest and then they beat Concordia right here last Thursday, 1-0 in 9, as Vasquez, for the second time, gets back to first safely. Ball 2 taken outside on Yoakum. And with the wind we have here in Fayette, Missouri today, any left-handed batter is going to be heavily favored. Wind pulling everything out towards right field. And Yoakum rips one right next to his own dugout. Baldus with glove to hip. And Yoakum makes contact again to stay alive. And Yoakum takes one right on the back. And that's going to have runners on first and second with nobody out for Gavin Whitehurst as he makes his first plate appearance of the day. We had mentioned Central beat Concordia, but I don't believe I've mentioned that this Bellevue team played Concordia twice this year, and they split the series, lost their first matchup against Concordia 5-2, but then beat them the next day with the exact same score of 5-2. Bellevue's only other loss was to the Stars of Oklahoma City University. They lost 5-1 as Whitehurst sees ball 1 on the outside. And for the other 8 games that Bellevue has won, they've scored at least 5 runs or more. So they have already hit that magic number, and they're just trying to keep this Eagle offense at bay. As Whitehurst sends one off one of the poles holding up our safety net to even the count at 1 strike and 1 ball. Whitehurst launched one out to right field, and that's going to be an easy catch as Vasquez will tag from second, and he is into third safely. So our designated hitter for the day for Central Methodist, Ryan Malzahn, will step up with 1 out and runners on the corners. Malzahn did not play in the home game against Concordia as he suffered an injury in the game prior against Madonna when the Eagles walked off 8-9 in 8 innings. Malzahn, start of the year starting in center field. Working his way back into the defensive lineup, starting at DH today for Coach Breland. Check down to first, and Yoakum gets back safely. Malzahn sends a pop-up to right center. Right fielder has a read, makes the catch. Vasquez will tag from third, and he will score standing to at least cut into the lead as Yoakum is held at first. And this will bring on Dariel Rios.
Now batting, third baseman, number 2, Dario Rios.
If you're Central, you can't assume you're going to work it all back in one inning. You've got 7 innings to work with. You have to try and just chip away as the game goes on. And Rios sends one foul over our heads for strike 1. Big swing and a miss for strike 2 as Rios was caught chasing inside. Only batting 167, but a .412 on base percentage. And Rios will send one for foul down the right field line. Rios shows good plate discipline and sees ball 1 go over the outside. And Rios gets caught looking for strike 3. After 1 here in Fayette, the Bruins still hold a 4-run lead over Central Methodist. It's 5-1. We'll be right back for the top of the second. You're watching on the Hart Conference Network.
He's to the 45, cuts across midfield, up the right sideline, stumbles, breaks the tackle. He's to the 20, to the 10. He is taking it into the end zone for a touchdown. Still caught down the line, and it's in a line drive right down the line. Running catch by Jolly. Field 5 Henry turns, shoots, hits it from the corner. The fading 3.
And welcome back as we bring to you the top of the second inning between Central Methodist and Bellevue. Battle of 2 top 25 teams. Bruins will get things started off here in the second inning with Oak Held stepping back into the plate. Held 0 for 1 on the day with a ground out in the first inning as he watches ball 1. You have to wonder if Schneiders can put together a couple of innings of good work after being rattled for 5 runs in the first. Breaking ball gets the plate for strike 1. And Held with a little check swing, catches the bat, and now it's 2-2. Schneiders to deliver. And that's ripped out of the shortstop. Vasquez had the catch, but just misread it, and it's going to bounce off top of his glove. And Held will be in with a double. As the liner from Held was read by Vasquez, but just misjudged where it would be. And went all the way back out to left field as Justin Smith bobbled the pickup. And that gives Held the easy double as Carter Clarehouse steps to the plate, looking to see if he can do some more damage like he did in the first with a monster solo homer off the top of our scoreboard out in center field. There's a cutter to third. Keeps Held at second and gets Clarehouse out. And now in steps Aiden Macaras. Macaras is 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored early on. Doesn't chase at the slider for ball 1. Schneider's keeping an eye on Held. Sends one low for ball 2. Macaras with a big rip and a foul over his head for a 2-1 count. Ball 3 taken low by Macaras. As Schneiders has already given up 5 runs and a walk. As Macaras sends one back into the Bellevue dugout for the second time today. Macaras lifts one high out to center field. Smith under it, makes the sliding catch. And that's going to retire Macaras and bring out Nick Gravel. Gravel walked in his last appearance and then turned around and scored a run. Gravel watches strike one fly by. Big swing and a miss as he drops to a knee for strike 2. Schneider delivers ball 1 low. This one is sent foul down the left field line. Schneider's entered today with 4 appearances, 3 starts, a 1-1 record. ERA of 7.47 and 4 home runs. As Gravel lifts one out to left, and Smith is under it to make the catch. Schneiders gives up no more damage, and we'll go to the bottom of the second. Same score, 5-1. You're watching on the Hart Conference Network. And welcome back to Estes Field for the bottom of the second. The Eagles are going to lead off with our left fielder, Justin Smith. Smith just trying to see if he can get on base and help his team extinguish a 4-run deficit they currently face. Umpires call time. Looks like the catcher is talking about an issue with his equipment. And they're just going to trade wristbands, as I believe the pitch comm had an issue. Smith fires one down the third base line, and that's going to be foul. 1 for 9 on the year. Only batting a 1.11 with a 385 on base percentage. And his one hit of the year is a double. Another big cut to send one right into the dirt for strike 2 on Smith, as Baltus continues to deal well for the Bruins. And Brady sends one well outside for ball 1. And Smith chases inside for strike 3, and he's rung up. And now steps in the right fielder, number 11, Zeb Weedy, making his first plate appearance of the day. Weedy batting .348 on the year with a .500 on base percentage. As he sends a chopper to third, a long throw across the field is good for out number 2. One pitch, one swing, and 2 outs. As now the catcher, Stone Vasek, we'll see if he can do any damage, or just see if he can even get Baltus to shake his confidence a little bit. And Vasek watches strike 1 glide across the edge of the plate. Big cut and a miss for strike two. Vasek batting 105 on the year, 2 for 19. And this one is sent into the gap in right center field. And Stone Vasek's guy's third hit of the year. And this will bring on a courtesy runner for the Eagles, number 24, Dawson Kellgren, a 6'1 junior out of Kansas City, running at first base. And a pinch hitter for Coach Breland as number 5, Joshua Smith, the 5'10 junior from Detroit, Michigan. Breland seeing an opportunity, down 4 with 2 outs, and just trying to see if he can get someone on base to get back to the top of the order. Baltus delivers. Ball 1 inside. Joshua Smith's made 8 plate appearances, 1 hit. As they check down to first to keep Kellgren honest. Another check down. I think Bellevue is trying to get the message across. They do not want Dawson running. Smith takes ball 2 high. Baltus delivers a strike down the middle, showing a little bit of heat. And Smith watches ball 3 fly through the opposite batter's box and is now 1 ball away from getting back to the top of the order for Vasquez and putting 2 runners on. Smith, chopper across the mound, and that's going to be a flip to the shortstop at second base to end the inning. Eagles can't do any more damage. As we go to the top of the third, Bellevue continues to lead 5-1. Here watching NAIA Baseball on the Hart Conference Network.
Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Here, growth is not just measured in victories, but in the development of character and sportsmanship. Our student athletes compete at a championship level, pushing their limits every day. The Heart is committed to an uncommon student athlete experience that features some of the premier athletic programs in the NAIA. Our commitment to excellence goes beyond athletics, establishing a community of support and mentorship. But what truly sets that passionate commitment extends off the playing field and into graduation. The Heart of America Athletic Conference, champions in competition, leaders in life.
And welcome back to Estes Field. It's time for the top of the third inning. Bruins trying to see if they can get up another run of insurance to ensure their victory over CMU today. And in steps Xavier Lerma. And he'll watch strike one fly by him. Wanted to give a check swing, but held. Lerma walked his last time up. Sends one foul behind the Eagle dugout. And it's quickly 1-2. Chopper will be fouled down the third base line. Lerma sits comfortably for ball two. Schneider's to deliver a big pitch to open the top of the third. Lerma sees ball three go in the dirt in front of him. And Lerma works himself a second walk of the day. Dylan Holmes makes his second plate appearance. He's 1 for 1 with a double and 2 RBIs. As Dylan watches strike one fly by. Rips one. Play is made at first, but Lerma will advance on a fielder's choice. Now Mason Spalesi. We'll see if he can bring home Lerma. Spalesi is 1 for 1 with a single, 2 RBI single. As he watches strike one graze the outside corner of the plate, and it was Spalesi's 2 RBI single that made it 5-0 in the top of the first for the Bruins. Schneider will deliver, and this one is sent out to the left field corner, and it will drop in front of Justin Smith. Spalesi will be 2 for 2, both singles, 3 RBI as he brings in Lerma, and the Bruins get the extra insurance run to make it 6-1. Jalen Ruffin will step in for the second time today. He is 1 for 1 with a single. He sends a chopper to short. Vasquez, double play, not in time to get the out at second, but Ruffin beats the throw to Whitehurst. Now the Bruins can go to the top of the order with 2 down and 1 on. Anthony Lynn steps back into the plate. Joshua Smith had the throw to first, has subbed in for Landon McKillop at second base defensively for the Eagles this inning. As Schneider has sent a check down to Ruffin. Schneider's to deliver. Strike one. Good breaking ball from Schneiders to start the at-bat and try to get out of the top of the third with only one run of damage. Another check down to Ruffin, making him stay honest. Lind with a big cut and a miss for strike two. Ruffin leads the Bruins in the stolen bases on the young season with 4. No one else on the roster has any more than 2. In case it wasn't already evident, Chase Schneiders is very much aware of that fact. Ball one taken outside on the dirt as Lynn stays alive to try and extend the inning. And Schneiders will step off and regather himself. Big momentum pitch here for Chase. Try and get out of this and go to the bottom of the third and see if his bats can help him out. Chopper to second. The stop is made. The throw. Whitehurst called safe. Throw is not in time. Lind beat out the throw. There was no indication of Whitehurst being off the bag. Lind, showing excellent speed on running the bases, will move Ruffin to second, and Oak Held now steps on with 2 down and 2 on base. Joshua Smith just had so much ground to cover to make the sliding stop. Wasn't able to get the throw off in time. As Held sees strike one go low. Held with a swing and a miss for strike two. Schneider's now up in the count 0-2. Schneiders will look back at Ruffin at second and deliver. Ball one outside. Held, swing and a miss, and tagged for out number 3. Schneiders only gives up 1, but gets out of a bigger jam. And keeps it 6-1 Bruins. We'll be right back with the bottom of the third here on the Hart Conference Network. And welcome back to Central Methodist University for a top 25 NAIA baseball matchup. Number 22 in the land, the Bellevue Bruins currently hold a 5-run lead on the road over number 25 in America, the Central Methodist Eagles. And Jordan Vasquez will step to the plate and see if he can do some damage himself or just keep the bats a-moving and try to cut into this 6-1 lead for Bellevue. Vasquez 1 for 1 of the day with a single, as the first pitch of the at-bat from Baltus is taken right into the backstop. Vasquez takes ball 2 low and away. For those of you wondering why this series is being played here in Fayette instead of over in Bellevue, Nebraska, well, the answer is pretty simple. Bellevue University's baseball field is currently covered in about 5 inches of snow and a little bit of ice, and it was not going to be cleared off in time for this game. As Vasquez sees strike 1 go across the outside of the plate, so both schools agreed it was better to play the games than not have them play at all, and Bellevue agreed to travel here for a 4-game series. And that brings us to a 2-1 count on Vasquez. Chopper, throw to first, pulls the first baseman off the bag, and Vasquez is safe. Oak held, had the stop, had time for the throw, but just threw it wide and pulled Carter Clairhout off of the bag. Vasquez will reach on the error as J.J. Yoakum will step to the plate with 1 on and nobody down. J.J. sees ball 1 low. J.J. sends one into his own dugout. I believe it was the 3rd time he's done that today. Count was 1-1 as J.J. looking to rip one out to right field, knowing the wind favors left-handed batters this afternoon. Bellevue thought they had a tag in time, but umpire says no. Vasquez got back to first safely. Baltus delivers ball 2 outside. Yoka watches ball 3 go outside as Baltus is wanting J.J. to chase. J.J. showing excellent plate discipline and letting the pitch come to him. Baltus delivers as J.J. sends one to center field, and he can't get under it. Vasquez will stay at second as J.J. gets his first hit of the afternoon. And that will now bring up the first baseman, Gavin Whitehurst. Whitehurst is 0 for 1 in the afternoon. And with 2 on and nobody out, the Eagles could really use a good piece of hitting from their first baseman. Whitehurst awaits and watches ball 1 go head high past him. Whitehurst batting .242. He sends a chopper off the glove of the third baseman. Tough ball to play. And Coach Drew Bradbury is going to hold Vasquez at third and keep the bases loaded with no one out for the designated hitter, Ryan Malzahn. Malzahn, the 6'4 senior from Forestell, Missouri. Transfer from Southeast Missouri State by way of Central Missouri. Malzahn watches ball one, miss low. If you're going to be in a bases loaded situation, you want the heart of the order up, 3, 4, and 5. Malzahn batting cleanup today has a huge opportunity to make this game close as he sends one high in the air past the right field line, and that will drop out of play for strike one. This first game of our doubleheader today will only be 7 innings. Game number 2 will be a full 9-inning game. Central knows they don't have as much time as they are accustomed to. Malzahn watches ball 2 high and away. And now leads the count 2-1. Holmes wanted the check down to Whitehurst. Malzahn sends one out to right field. This could be trouble. And it's gone! Off the light pole in right field, and Ryan Malzahn has a grand slam. His third home run of the year, 4 more RBI, and Ryan Malzahn makes it a 1-run game with just a swing of the bat. Just when you need excellent hitting from the experienced members of the team in the heart of the order, who else but Ryan Malzahn takes the big swing and hits the grand slam ball. All the momentum favoring Central now as Dario Rio steps into the plate to see if he can do some more damage and keep this game in CMU's control. Rios watches a breaking ball go across the plate for strike one. Rios stays off the chaser for ball one. Ryan Malzahn batting .250 early on, but a .542 slugging percentage. As Rios sends one out to right field, and this will drop. Rios reaches on base with a single as Anthony Lind could not get under the ball in time and brings up Justin Smith. Smith will step in with 1 runner on and no one out, as he's 0 for 1 on the day. Smith sees a fastball zoom by him for strike one. And now Breland will call time and step out of the dugout to talk strategy with Smith. Smith is only batting 111 on the year, but the 2 batters due up behind him fare a little better. Zeb Weedy is on deck He's batting .348 on the season. Smith shows bunt, and that's a wild pitch through the other's batter's box. As Dylan Holmes had no chance of catching that one. And Dario Rios advances to second, now in scoring position. Does Breland give Smith the green light with a runner on second? Or does Smith lay down a bunt to see if he can advance Rios to third? That's a pass ball. And Rios will go from first to third on 2 pitches and no throwdowns. 1 wild pitch and 1 pass ball as Holmes couldn't stop it in time. And now Smith sits into a 2-1 count with a runner on third. Smith will rip one back behind the Eagle dugout for strike 2. Baltus gloves the hit, and he'll deliver. Smith sends one to the gap to right center. Lynn gets under it. Rios will tag from third, and we have a tie game. Six runs apiece. Nobody on, 1 down for Zeb Weedy. Weedy, the 6-foot senior from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, was a member of the conference tournament championship team last year, starting in left field. And he rips one down the left field line. This will drop, bounce off the wall, and Weedy's going to dig for 2. Tag looks to be close. Called safe at second base. The throw from Macarus not in time as Weedy reaches a scoring position with a big double. And this will bring on the catcher, Stone of Vasek. Vasek 1 for 1 today with a single. Looking to see if a single to right can drive in Weedy and give Central the lead. As Stone watches strike 1 go by. Both teams have 6 runs. Both teams have 7 hits. Both teams have 1 error. Vasek rips one out to second base. There'll be a grounder easily handled and the out to Carter at first. Weedy advances to third. And now Joshua Smith will step up to the plate. Smith 0 for 1. That's a pass ball. Weedy will score standing, and the Eagles have the lead. Dylan Holmes could not keep it in his glove, and it is 7-6 Central Methodist. From being down 5-0 after the top half of the first to here in the bottom of 3, Central takes the lead. Smith sends one to the dirt and bounces behind him foul. Smith sees strike two. Now falls behind in the count 2-1. The ninth batter of the inning, trying to reach base and get back to the top of the order with Vasquez. Smith sends a chopper, handled by the third baseman. Long throw across the diamond is in time for out number 3. The Bruins get out of the jam, but not after giving up enough damage to give Central the 1-run lead. We go to the top half of the fourth. CMU leads 7-6. You're watching a top 25 matchup of NAIA baseball on the Hart Conference Network. And as we welcome you back to Estes Field, Central Methodist, with a 6th spot in the bottom of the third, takes the 1-run lead. Entering the top of the fourth, the Bruins will lead off with their slugger, Carter Clairhout, who has the Bruins' solo home run of the day as he watches ball 1 taken on the outside. Clairhout 1 for 2 with that home run I previously mentioned, and a ground out. Clairhout rips one high out to right field, and Weedy steps under it to make the catch. Clairhout will fall to 1 for 3 as Macarus steps back into the box. Macarus 1 for 2 with no RBIs and no strikeouts in the day as he watches ball 1 on the outside. Macarus gets a hold of one and sends it out to left. Back at the wall, the warning track, and Smith is under it. Overshot it and stepped in to make the catch for out number 2. And now second baseman Nick Gravel steps in to see what he can dish as he watches strike 1 fly right past him. Bellevue down 7-6 with their 7-game win streak on the line. Gravel sends one over his own team's dugout, out of play for strike 2. And Gravel finds the gap in the right field for an easy single, as there was nothing Whitehurst or Joshua Smith could do about that. And now stepping to the plate, designated hitter Xavier Lerma. Let's see if he can't find a way to tie this game or put Bellevue in a position to score. Lerma wisely holds in the check swing. Schneider throws a check over to Gravel. Nick Gravel, no stolen bases on the year. As Lerma sees an even count at 1-1. Schneider delivers a ball low. Stone Fazek with a throw down to second. Joshua Smith had to lay out like a football player just to stop the ball. Gravel gets the stolen base. As Lerma enters the count 2-1. Lerma lifts one back behind the Eagle dugout for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on second. Big pitch here for Schneiders. Lerma called safe on the check swing for a full count. Looks like could have been a 50-50 call. Home plate umpire appealed to the fielding umpire, and he called safe. And now we have a full count for Schneiders. Here's the pitch, and a big cut out to right center. This is trouble, and this is down, and it will bounce off the right field wall. Gravel is in, and Lerma is digging for a triple, and he is down and safe. Xavier Lerma with the 2-strike, 2-out RBI triple to tie the game at 7 apiece. And now Dylan Holmes will step to the plate, but not before Coach Breland walks out. And the way he's walking out, I'm going to assume it's time to make a pitching change. He will take the ball and tell Schneiders he did a good job. And Chase Schneider's day is done. Schneiders will finish with 3.2 innings pitched, 7 earned runs, 1 strikeout, and 2 walks. As soon as we get a number on our new pitcher, I'll be happy to tell everyone who he is. I just need him to turn around. And now stepping to the mound for Central Methodist in relief, number 25, Jeremy Yanao, the 6-foot junior out of Chicago, Illinois. Jeremy has 4 appearances, 1 win and 1 save, 12 innings pitched on the year, only given up 3 hits for 2 runs and 1 earned run with 5 walks and 14 strikeouts. K per 9 rating of 1050, no home runs, an ERA of .75, and a whip of .67. For a guy who's only pitched 12 innings on the year, that's some pretty efficient numbers and good work out of the Eagle bullpen. We're going to take a break while Yanao warms up as he gets ready to face Dylan Holmes. We'll be right back in just a moment on the Hart Conference Network. And after a quick break, we're back to the action. You're now stepping into the mound in relief for Chase Schneiders. And he will step on to face Dylan Holmes, who is 1 for 2 on the day. Holmes has a double and 2 RBIs. And let's see what Jeremy can do. First pitch. Ball just outside. Holmes, the 6-foot junior. And he rips one foul down the left field line, and I think that is in the neighbor's backyard. Holmes stands in the box with Xavier Lerma 90 feet away as the go-ahead run with 2 outs and a 1-1 count. And Dylan sees strike 2, catch the outside corner of the plate. Big cut and foul over the Eagle dugout for Holmes. Holmes batting .250 with a .419 on-base percentage on the year. 6 walks and 7 RBI. And a swing and a miss from Holmes for strike 3 and out number 3. Yanao comes in, gets the job done in relief for Schneiders, and the Eagles go to the bottom of the 4th, tied 7-7. You're watching NAIA Baseball on the Hart Conference Network. And welcome back to Estes Field as we bring to you the bottom of the 4th. We're halfway home in game 1 of our doubleheader. First game, 7 innings. Eagles made a pitching change in the top half. Bruins will stick with Brady Baltus on the mound, and he will get to face the top of the order to start off the 4th inning for CMU as Jordan Vasquez steps to the dish to see what he can do. Baltus delivers. Ball 1 low to Vasquez. Vasquez 1 for 2 on the day with 2 runs scored. Vasquez watches ball 2. We had mentioned earlier in our broadcast that both of these teams have the ability to put up a lot of runs, and both are significantly more comfortable winning games in a high-score fashion. As Vasquez watches strike 1 go by. Bellevue Anytime they have been held below 5 runs, they have not won. And even though Central does hold a 1-0 win over Concordia, they are much more comfortable in a shootout as Vasquez works the count to 3-1. And here in game 1 of the 4-game series, we have 14 total runs scored on 16 hits. Vasquez rips one right to the third baseman. The long throw to first is in time. Vasquez grounds out as Oak Held makes the good stop and the great throw. Vasquez will fall to 1-3, batting on the day, as J.J. Yoakum steps to the plate for CMU. Baltus delivers strike 1 on the outside. For pitch number 64 on the day. Yoakum watches ball 1. JJ with a cut and will send one back into the parking lot for strike 2. Whitehurst awaiting in the on-deck circle. And once again, the heart of Coach Breland's order. As Yoakum wisely holds in the check swing, the appeal down to the first base umpire says he did not go. The count pulls even at 2 apiece. The heart of the order for Coach Breland being asked to do some work, some heavy lifting. Tie game, bottom of the 4th. Yoakum sees ball 3 well outside in the other batter's box. Yoakum sends one out to left field. And that is caught with ease by Macarus. Baltus pitching well to start the 4th as Whitehurst steps to the plate. Whitehurst watches ball 1 inside and almost hit him. Did an excellent job of standing still, just hoping to take the HBP and get Malzahn back to the plate. Whitehurst watches strike 1 hit the outside edge. Whitehurst 1 for 2 on the day. As strike 2 zooms on by. Whitehurst with a single and a run scored. And Whitehurst shows good plate discipline, evening the count at 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, no one on base. Whitehurst takes ball 3 inside. Count goes full on Gavin. Whitehurst doesn't agree with the call, but gets rung up looking for strike 3 and out 3 to end the inning. Baltus retires the side in order, and we go to the top half of the 5th.
Before the lights, there's the grind. Every hour, every hit, every moment carved in sweat and sacrifice. Now, it's your stage. From grind to glory, 516 Sports Capital builds the stage for your story.
You, Colby. And welcome back to Central Methodist University as we enter the top side of the fifth in a tie game 7-7. I've seen both teams put on very good pieces of hitting, trying to see what the best pitching combination is going to be down the stretch as we hit the tail end of the game. And in steps Mason Spellacy to start off inning number 5. And now delivers. Ball 1 taken low. Ball 2 taken in the dirt to Stone Vasek. And the count is quickly 2-0. Spellacy 2 for 2 on the day with 3 RBI. And he takes that one to the shoulder. And the Bruins start off the top half of the fifth with an hit by pitch and a runner on. Now Jalen Ruffin, the speedster in this Bruins lineup. Will step in with nobody out and a runner on. Ruffin, chopper to third. Joshua Smith had the catch for the out at second, so Spellacy is down, but bobbled the transfer from glove to hand and cannot get a throw off to first as Ruffin reaches base. And now top of the order for Renaud as Anthony Lind steps to the plate. As mentioned during his previous at-bat, Jalen Ruffin, the speedster of the lineup. That's why he bats in the 9-hole. As you now delivers ball 1 outside. Leads the team in stolen bases with 4 on the year. No one else in the roster has more than 2. And the entire Eagle infield very much aware of what he can do. And now, keeping Jalen honest. As Lynn sends one out to right field, Weedy is under it. Didn't have enough distance for Ruffin to tag. And you now stands 1 out away from ending the inning. And he's got to go through Oak Held first. Held batting .405 on the year with a .419 on base percentage. Seven RBI 6 strikeouts. Ruffin goes, and the throw was off target. Ruffin with his 5th stolen base of the year. As Held now gets to step in, leading the count 1-0. He now delivers, and Held sends one in the gap to right center. That will drop, and that will get all the way back to the wall. Ruffin scoring with ease as Oak Held gives Bellevue the 8-7 lead.
Now batting, first baseman, number 23, Carter Clarehouse.
And now big Carter Clarehout will step in to the plate. And if you're Clarehout, you have to be thinking, why not go yard again? Sent a chopper to the dirt for Smith for the easy pitch to Whitehurst to end the inning. Eagles get out of it, but not before Bellevue tacks on the go-ahead run. It's 8-7 entering the bottom of the 5th. You're watching a top 25 matchup on the Hart Conference Network. And welcome back to Central Methodist University as we go to the bottom side of 5 here in this top 25 matchup between Bellevue and CMU. Oak Held had the RBI double to give the Bruins the go-ahead run to make it 8-7. And now, once again, the Eagle Bats are going to have to respond in a big way if they want to take game 1 of this 4-game series. In steps Ryan Malzahn. His last time up, he faced no outs, bases loaded, and hit a grand slam off the light pole in right field. As he watches ball 1. Malzahn sees ball 2 low. The graduate student showing excellent plate discipline. As Brady Baltus delivers and almost hits Malzahn, and the count quickly goes to 3-0. Baltus, 76 pitches on the day, and there is activity in the Bruin bullpen as Ryan sits back on strike 1. Number 32, Cannon Close, is actively throwing and warming up for Bellevue as Malzahn takes ball 4 low. And the Eagles get a good start to the inning with a runner on and no one out.
Now batting, third baseman, number 2, Dario Rios.
Dario Rios stepping to the plate. 1 for 2 on the day with a strikeout. No RBI and a single. shows bunt, holds for strike one. Rio shows butt, pops it in the air. It's going to drop in front of the mound. And the throw to first is made in time to retire Dariel Rios, but not before Malzahn can advance to second. And walking up to the plate, left fielder Justin Smith. Justin Smith. The 5'9" junior from Detroit, Michigan. And he rips one out to center. It will knock it over his head as Jalen Ruffin makes the catch right near the warning track and keeps Malzahn at second for out number 2. And on comes Zeb Weedy. Smith will fall to 0-2 on the day with 1 RBI, 1 strikeout, and 1 flyout. Weedy watches strike 1. Baltus delivers. Strike 2 on the outside, and Weedy is quickly down 0-2 in the count. 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner on second. And a big spot for the Eagles as they're down 8-7. Baltus with glove to hip. And he steps off, keeping Malzahn honest. Weedy watches ball 1 high, as that is normally a situation where Ryan Malzahn would like to steal. And Coach Brewen said that he is not at 100% just yet. He is still trying to get back to where he was with the injury he suffered in the game against Madonna last week. And Weedy gets caught looking at strike 3 to end the inning. Baltus pitching well enough for the 8-7 lead and only 7 hits. We go to the top of the 6th. You're watching NAIA Baseball on the Hart Conference Network. And welcome back to our top 25 matchup here at Estes Field. Brady Baltus continues to pitch well enough for his team as he holds an 8-7 lead over the number 25 ranked team in America. Jeremy Yanau will step to the mound and try to respond, and he's going to face Aiden Macarus to start the top half of the sixth. Yanau delivers high and inside. Wasn't far off from a little bit of chin music. Macarus is 1 for 3 on the day with no RBIs, no strikeouts. The one hit being a single as Aiden chops away at strike one. Macarus sends one high over the left field wall, and Smith's not even going to attempt to chase it. Aiden Macarus with a towering solo bomb over the left field wall, adding on a run of insurance for the Bruins. It's now 9-7 as Nick Gravel will step to the plate. And Breland will pull you now as he finds his team in a dire spot, down 2 runs here in the top half of 6. And we're going to have a pitching change. Macarus with his 4th home run of the year. And a pitching change for your Eagles. Now pitching is Caleb Griekowick. Griekowick, the 5'11 junior from Virginia Beach. And Coach Breland is asking a lot from his bullpen and his bats. We're going to take a quick break as Griekowick gets warmed up and prepares to face Gravel. You are watching Bellevue versus Central Methodist on the Hart Conference Network. And we are back here at Estes Field, letting Caleb Griekowick get warmed up. Coming in for relief. And Griekowick is put in a bad spot. Down by 2 with no outs here in the top of the 6th. As Gravel sends one out to center, and Yoakum gets under it with ease for out number 1. And that will bring on Xavier Lerma, the designated hitter. Griekowick has only pitched 6 2/3 of an inning on the year, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 3 walks, and 3 strikeouts. The earned run being a home run, as Lerma fouls one off for strike 1. ERA of 1.35 for Griekowick. as Lerma sends one out to center. This is trouble at the warning track. J.J. Yoakum with back-to-back catches for back-to-back outs, as Griekowick shows that a fresh arm is always helpful in a bind. Dylan Holm will step to the plate for the Bruins. He is 1 for 3 on the day as he watches ball 1. Holm with a double and 2 RBI. And he risks one out to left center, and that will get down, bounce off the top of the wall and the scoreboard. Dylan Holm will have a ground rule double, as Yoakum's slide was not enough to get under it. And that will bring on Mason Spellacy to bat, as number 21, Caleb Williams, will trot out to second base as a courtesy runner for his catcher, Dylan Holmes. Spellacy is 2 for 2 on the day with 3 RBI as he gets caught looking for strike 1. Spellacy sends one high, and it will be out of play behind the Eagle dugout and quickly falls behind 0-2. Griekowick will deliver. And that's going to drop in front of Zeb Weedy in right field. They're going to send him home, and there's not even a throw made by Whitehurst. Bellevue tacks on another run of insurance. That's a run scored for Caleb Williams, who was pinch courtesy running for Dylan Holmes. Spellacy gets the RBI single. And it looks like Bellevue is going to have a pinch hitter bat in place of Jalen Ruffin. Instead, it appears they're going to send Riley Schrader to the plate. Schrader, the 6'1 junior from La Vista, Nebraska. Schrader is 1 for 11 on the year. Only made 4 appearances with 2 walks and 6 strikeouts, batting .091 on the early season. As he sees ball 1. Griekowick stands and delivers. Ball 2 taken head high on Schrader. Schrader gets caught looking for strike 1. Schrader held back on the check swing and shakes his head as he now faces an even count at 2 apiece. Spellacy standing at first, not known for base running. No stolen bases on the year. Schrader will watch. Big swing and a miss for strike 3. Griekowick comes in, gives up an RBI single to Spellacy, but is able to take care of business and limit the damage to 1. Your score entering the bottom half of the 6th, Bellevue 10, Central 7. You're watching a top 25 matchup on the Hart Conference Network. And welcome back as we jump right into action with Stone Fasek facing a fresh arm for the Bruins as he swings and misses for strike number 2 and falls behind quickly. Cannon Close has come on to relief here in the bottom of the 6th for Bellevue. Cannon, the 6'2" junior from Bonnie Lake, Washington. Fasek lifts one high in the right field. Back of the wall, can't see it, and that's foul. Cannon's made 4 appearances, 7 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, 4 walks, only 1 hit. Given up on the year, an ERA of 0. No runs, no earned runs. Not a bad option to close out this top 25 matchup as he sends ball 1 low on Fasek. Umpire calls time, was saying something to Close out of the mound. Did not signal a change in count, so it will stay 1-2. Close delivers. Splitter couldn't drop enough, and Fasek works the count even at 2-2. Joshua Smith waiting in the on-deck circle. As Fasek thought it was hit, the umpire rules a dead ball, strike 3, and Fasek goes down. Joshua Smith will step to the plate as Fasek was walking back to his dugout, showing Coach Breland where the ball hit him on the arm. Smith sees ball 1 just high. And Close almost hits Smith right in the helmet. And Josh protects himself and ducks out of the way, and now leads the count 2-0. Close delivers. Strike 1 on the inside to Smith. It's early in the year, but Close has pitched 7 innings of work and only given up 1 hit and no runs. Ball 3 in the other batter's box. And if you're CMU, you cannot afford to go into the bottom of the 7th down by 3. Smith has a caught strike 2, and the count goes full. The delivery outside for ball 4. Smith draws the walk. Now the Eagles, with 1 out and 1 runner on, get to go to the top of the order as Jordan Vasquez walks over to the plate. Vasquez sees ball 1 low. 1 for 3 on the day with no strikeouts and no RBI. Close with a throw down to Claire Hout, just to keep Smith honest. If Central wants to take game one, they got to find a way to score here in this inning. Vasquez chopper right in the dirt, up in the air. Close will throw to Claire Hout at first to retire Vasquez as Smith advances to second. The Bruins, runner on second and 2 down. And now J.J. Yoakum. Yoakum opens the at-bat with a big swing and a miss. 1 for 2 on the day. No RBI, no strikeouts. Yoakum's one hit being a single. Gets caught looking at strike 2. Close will stand tall on the mound and deliver. Ball 1 into the dirt. Excellent job by Holmes to keep the ball from getting past him and hold Joshua Smith at second base. Bellevue in prime position to keep their 7-game win streak alive and improve it to 8 and deny the Eagles a chance to get 2 games above 500 as Central currently sits at 5-4 on the year. As Close delivers ball 2 outside to Yoakum. Yoakum caught looking, run up on strikes on the outside corner. Bellevue gets the job done. We're going to go to the top of the 7th. Bruins lead 10-7 over the Eagles. You're watching NAIA Baseball on the Hart Conference Network.
Welcome to the Heart of America Athletic Conference, where innovation meets tradition. Here, growth is not just measured in victories, but in the development of character and sportsmanship. Our student athletes compete at a championship level, pushing their limits every day. The Heart is committed to an uncommon student athlete experience that features some of the premier athletic programs in the NAIA. Our commitment to excellence goes beyond athletics, establishing a community of support and mentorship. But what truly sets us apart is the heart with which we play. Join us and experience the passion, the drive, and the spirit of champions. That passion and commitment extends off the playing field and into graduation. The Heart of America Athletic Conference, champions in competition, leaders in life.
And welcome back to the top of the 7th. Here in game 1 of a 4-game series between the 2 top 25 ranked teams. A couple of substitutions for the Eagles. Landon McKillop has returned at second base defensively. And a new pitcher for Central Methodist as Vince Ray, the 5'8 senior from Kansas City, Missouri, steps to the mound and dishes strike 1 to Anthony Lind. Lind 1 for 4 on the day with no RBI and no Ks. Ray delivers. Fastball hit up the middle. Vasquez with the stop and the out at first, recorded by Whitehurst. Lind goes down. Oak held. Held is 1 for 4 on the day with 1 RBI and 1 strikeout. Held watches the breaking ball go across the center of the plate for strike 1. Ray delivers. Ball 1 high. Even though Bellevue has a 3-run lead, they know how powerful this CMU offense can be when their bats are on fire. Vince delivers ball 2, taken outside by Held. If you're Coach Monlux, as Held rips one out to left field, and Smith does a good job of getting it into Vasquez. They hold Held at first. If you're Coach Monlux, you have to understand and assume that Central has the ability to come back even in the final inning with how powerful their bats can be and how well-rounded their batting order is. As Clairhout steps up to the plate with 1 gone and the runner on. Carter stands still as he takes ball 1. Clairhout 1 for 4 with 1 RBI and no Ks. The 1 RBI and hit, of course, being his monster solo home run in the top of the first off our scoreboard. Ray's slider can't get the outside edge of the plate as he falls behind in the count 0-2. Carter takes a big cut and fouls one back for strike 1. Thought he hit Vasek on the backswing, wanted to make sure he's okay, gave a little pat in the stomach. Ray will deliver. Clairhout on the check swing. Home plate umpire confident in this one says no, he did not, as he now leads the count 3-1 on Vince. Does Monlex give Clairhout the green light on a 3-1 count? And Ray will step off the mound. Potential double play to get out of it. Potential 2-run homer. Ray delivers. Chopper foul past the third base line. Clairhout sends one a foul down the first base line as Hell was going no matter what. This Bellevue team is accustomed to winning on the road. They're not strangers to it. Their road record right now is 4-1. Their only loss on the road was to the Stars of Oklahoma City University back on February 8th in a 5-1 loss. As Clairhout sends one A grounder all the way out to right field. He will stop at first. Held, gets all the way to third. And it will be Macara stepping to the plate with a 1 out and a runner on each corner. Big Carter Clairhout delivers once again. Pinch running for Clairhout at first base is number 41, Jackson Polk, the 5'11 redshirt freshman from North Platte, Nebraska. Bellevue's only other loss on the year came to a neutral site game against Concordia, 5-2, as Ray keeps Polk honest at first base. Ray delivers ball 1 well outside. Big cut and a miss for Macarus for strike 1. Macarus sends one high out to center field. Yoakum steps in saying he has it, and he does. And he's able to step in enough to keep Polk held to first, but not before Oak Held can tag from third and score another run of insurance for the Bruins. And it's now 11-7. Nick Gravel will step to the plate. Macarus gets the sacrifice RBI. And Bellevue in the driver's seat for the entire 6th and 7th inning of this game. Gravel showed bunt, and Vasek was ready to fire a laser to see if he could catch Polk off first base. Ray delivers another laser over to Whitehurst, who couldn't handle it properly, and just let it roll away. Vince Ray takes his stance against Gravel. Gravel shakes his head in agreement as he sees strike 2. 2 strikes, 2 outs. The Eagles down 4 here in the 7th. Ray 1 pitch away from getting out of it with only 1 more run of damage. And this one is a liner out to center and down. Gravel will go stop at first. Polk is held at third. And it's runners in the corners with 2 outs for Xavier Lerma. Lerma watches the breaking ball catch the plate for strike 1. Ray has him caught in a rundown. Vasquez is there. McKillop is there and makes the tag. And the Eagles get out of it somehow, some way. Only 2 runs of damage down. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th with Central Methodist due up, down 12-7. You're watching NAIA Baseball here on the Hart Conference Network. And welcome back to Central Methodist University. We have now reached the bottom of the 7th in Game 1 of this 4-game series between 2 top 25 ranked teams. CMU finds themselves in quite the hole, down 12-7 with only 3 outs left to work with. And they get the heart of the order due up with 3-4-5, starting off with first baseman Gavin Whitehurst. Whitehurst 1 for 3 on the day as he takes strike 1. No RBI and 1 strikeout looking. Whitehurst sent the chopper to second. Easy play for out number 1. And now up to bat the designated hitter, Ryan Malzahn. Malzahn's 1 for 1 of the day with a grand slam. No strikeouts. Check swing, appeal down. First base umpire says no. Ball 1 for Malzahn. And for those of you who may be just tuning in to think you're watching the beginning of Game 2, I apologize and hate to break it to you, but this is the end of Game 1. Fortunately, that means we have a lot of baseball left ahead of us as Malzahn sees ball 2. Game 2 will start approximately 30 minutes after the conclusion of Game 1 as Malzahn is caught looking for strike 1. Cannon Close trying to close out this game and keep his early but impressive streak of no runs allowed on the year. As Close catches the outside corner of the plate for 2 strikes on Malzahn. Cannon takes his stance and delivers. Malzahn got a piece of it and sends it foul. Cannon, the 6'2 junior, dealing to Malzahn, the 6'4 graduate, as Malzahn calls time. Close takes his stance and fires. Ball 3 outside. Malzahn showing good plate discipline. The Eagles put up a 6 spot in the bottom of the third, as Malzahn sends one very far and very foul down the left field line. A 6 spot here would win the game for Central Methodist, as game 1 is only a 7-inning game. This is do or die time for the Eagles. Close delivers. Malzahn sends one through the gap into right field. Malzahn with a heating grounder. And on steps Dariel Rios. Rios 1 for 2 on the day, no RBI and 1 strikeout. Close sends one outside and low for ball 1. Rios is frozen for strike 1. Rios goes ahead in the count 2-1. Close delivers strike 2 on the outside. And now Rios only has 1 strike left to work with. Close delivers ball 3 low. Rios also showing good plate discipline. Big pitch coming from Cannon. Dariel waits. And he sends it foul right behind. We'll do it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bellevue scored 12 on 16 hits, and Central scored 7 on 8 hits. Each team's committed an error, as Rios sends one foul out of play over the Eagle dugout. Dariel steps in. Cannon will fire back to Clairhout at first to keep Malzahn honest, and Malzahn gets back safely. Close delivers. Popped up and well out of play behind us. Rios doing a good job of staying alive on a 3-2 count. And Rios takes ball 4 in the dirt. Justin Smith will step to the plate with 2 on and 1 down. A tall task ahead of the back half of the Eagle batting lineup. As Whitehurst leaded off the inning. Malzahn reached on a single, and Rios just drew a walk. Smith takes ball 1 low. Zeb Weedy awaits in the on-deck circle. Smith check swing. Would have been a ball, but instead it's 1-1. Smith only batting 111 on the young season, but a 385 on base percentage. As he sends one down the left field line, and that will drop fair. Malzahn will trot around third and score. Rios is held at third, and Smith is on with an RBI double. Central does what they needed to do. Keep the boys running and bats swinging. They know they're not going to get it back on one swing of the bat. And in steps Zeb Weedy. Weedy is 1 for 3 on the day with no RBI and a strikeout. Big at-bat from Justin Smith to keep the game alive, as Weedy, big cut and a big miss for strike one. Weedy sends one back into the safety net for strike two. And with Justin Smith's RBI double, Cannon Close has given up his first run of the year. Home plate umpire calls time. No indication of a change of count, so we'll stay 0-2 against Weedy as he swings and misses for strike three. Drop strike three is thrown down to Clairhart in time, and the Eagles are now down to their final out. And now Stone Vasek will step to the plate. Vasek 1 for 3 on the day. No RBIs, no strikeouts. As he sees ball one, miss high. Vasek check swing lays off, wisely so, as he is rewarded with ball number two. Close, delivers. Ball three inside. Excellent plate discipline here from Stone Vasek. Close now up to 39 pitches. 2 walks, 2 Ks, and their own run. All Central can do is get the next batter on. Close delivers. Vasek thought it was ball 4, but Blue says not so fast. That is strike 1 as it caught the inside edge. Cannon Close maybe getting some confidence. Pitching in a hurry, and he'll deliver. He'll deliver ball 4 outside. Bases loaded, 2 outs. We're going to have a pinch hitter and a courtesy runner. Courtesy running at first base for Central Methodist will once again be number 24, Dawson Kellgren. As Breland will have a strategy meeting. And Coach Monlux will pull Cannon. Close his night is done. He'll finish the night with 1.2 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 2 strikeouts, and 2 walks on 39 pitches. And stepping on in relief for the Bruins is going to be number 35, Brody Burnett. Brody, the big 6'5" senior from Kansas City, Missouri. Brody will come on and he will face the pinch hitter, Sean Mitchell, the 6'2 junior from Kane, Illinois. Brody's made 5 appearances on the year, 1 win, 4 saves, 7 innings pitched, only 3 hits, no runs allowed, 1 walk, and 8 strikeouts with a K per 9 rating of 10.29. .57 whip. Once again, the Brunette pitching staff bringing efficient work out of the bullpen to try and end game 1 of the 4-game series against Central Methodist. Sean Mitchell is batting .222 on the year with a .391 on-base percentage with 5 strikeouts, 3 walks, and 1 RBI. And that is who Burnett will have to deal to if he wants to win this game for the Bruins. Burnett delivers ball 1 low. Mitchell with a big swing and a miss for strike 1. And the Bruins are now 2 strikes away. Burnett delivers, fastball, and that's going to be right to the shortstop, and that is ball game. Bellevue takes game 1 of the 4-game series over Central Methodist by a final score of 12-8 in 7. Bellevue scores 12 on 16 hits and 1 error. Central Methodist scores 8 on 9 hits and 1 error. We'll return in approximately half an hour for the start of Game 2 of this series. And just a reminder, Game 2 will be a 9-inning game. So if you want to go refill your popcorn, nachos, or soda, whatever you may be drinking on, I recommend you do so. We'll see you guys just a little bit. You're watching NAIA Baseball on the Hart Conference Network.